Hey, what's up, guys? Zero Solix here, and today I'm bringing you what is it, 8? Week 8? Yeah, week 8 of the NPL. I won't be doing any of the fancy sidebars or anything like that. I just really don't have time to sit down and edit the video with all that stuff that's of work. And whatever free time that I have to spend it doing something else, either forcibly or simply by choice. And even then, even if I did use my free time, it's not enough to finish this. So whatever, just simple play and showdown replay video is what you guys should be dealing with for now. But anyways, like I said, week 8 of the NPL versus the Toronto Staraptors, coached by Jolt of the Token Minorities. It's actually part 2 of my week 2 of my week 3 like gauntlet thing. Is literally the 3 toughest opponents back to back to back, and it is really not pretty. I got Kyle out of the way, and I knew I was gonna lose against him, just because of how ridiculous our matchup is. And I didn't upload that video because I didn't even want to look at that battle at all. So, whoa, I lost my train of thought. Fuck, I lost my train of thought. Anyways, whatever. Jolt. He's an expansion team, obviously, but it doesn't look like an expansion team. Out of all the expansion teams, his team was definitely the best looking one, just because he has that excellent balance of really bulky Pokemon and really terrifying set of sleepers alongside a Wobbuffet. So it's by far the most terrifying team. But I do have a somewhat decent matchup against him because I do have things like Clefairy. I do have a really bulky core, as well as my own, terrifying set of creepers. So the matchup is, I don't want to say it's my favorite, but it's relatively even. It all depends on how I want to play and how I want to bring my team. But whatever. Looking at straight up a turn preview though, I lost. I fucking lost, and there's literally nothing I can do about that because the Tornado C. I have nothing that can bring it down, and there's nothing that I have that speeds it and revenge kill it. I mean, I have things to revenge kill it depending on the set, but I have nothing to outspeed it. So, it's gonna. I lost basically. So the whole match was me just playing to trying to lower the score, not make it a 6-0 or 5-0 or 4. I'm gonna try to make the score as low as possible. Just because, it makes me feel better about myself knowing that I lost 1-0 rather than 6-0. So, yeah. But anyways, this week I brought I want to say weird team, just because I didn't really put that much time into fixing the sets. We had a Rainstar battle for Friday, and Friday rolled around before I even knew it. So, like, I don't want to say I was unprepared. I just wasn't mentally ready for the battle, you know what I mean. I didn't really get a chance to, really make some last minute changes to my team or anything like that. Like, I didn't even manage to put nicknames on my Pokemon, which is, I always put nicknames on my Pokemon. But I couldn't because, I wasn't just not ready. I was really busy that week. So I just made the team, and I'm like, alright, I'll come back to this later, and go from there. But whatever, it happened, and I'm actually like this battle. It was probably one of the best battles I've ever played. So I'm proud of that. So whatever. First off, Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn is a physically offensive Ferrothorn, and I fucked that up because it was supposed to be a mixed one. 168. Basically a standard one. A mixed defensive Ferrothorn is what I wanted, but I didn't change that at all. Spikes had Hazard stacking on his team. I know he has Empoleon, which is an excellent defogger, but with me setting up hazards, I basically forced him to defog as well. So then again, I'm not really pressured with technical to spin as often as I would have. So yeah, there's that Spike hazard stack, and I'm running Gyro Ball or Power Whip. Just because Gyro Ball does more damage to Mega Venus than Power Whip does. But looking back, I should have definitely just had Power Whip because I had this Ferrothorn that says a check to Gyarados. So running Gyro Ball on that was actually kind of stupid. So, or at least Seed Bomb. I don't know. So you got spikes, power whip, leech, gyro ball, leech seed, and of course protect. This protect is actually extremely useful. So next is a specially based physical efficient lander steering with earth power, stealth rocks, psychic, and U-turn. The reason why I have psychic is not because of Mega Venusaur, but actually because of Halucha. If I'm gonna use this lander stairs as a counter to Halucha, I'm gonna need some way of dealing with it aside from just Stone Edge. So I decided to run Psychic. Now of course doubles as a, at least he does something to Mega Venusaur. But yeah. Up next is a Mega Garchomp. A really weird Mega Garchomp. I'm running Mild Nature plus Rash Nature plus Special Attack minus Speed Def. Subtoxic with dual stabs and Draco Meteor and Earth Power. That could either be the best set I've ever made with Garchomp or possibly the worst. You guys will see later that is actually really useful. I had this Garchomp as actually it's a placeholder. Like I wasn't even gonna bring him in this battle, but at the end I really couldn't think of anything to change or add. So I decided to leave it as it is. I didn't even bother looking at the set. It wasn't after the battle that I actually, once I was in the battle that I realized that it was Subtoxic. I'm like, well, fuck, what was I thinking? But whatever, that's that. Next is a Spadef Tentacruel. Yeah, Spadef Tentacruel, Rapid Spin, Haze, Toxic Spikes, and Scald. I have Haze because he's my counter to Volcarona. That way I can neutralize its boosts and deal with it that way. I'm also running Toxic Spikes. I know it's stupid when he has Mega Venusaur and Empoleon and possibly even Glasgow as a defogger, but this way, it basically forces him to switch. So that's the reason there. So I can force him to switch and get the footing that way because have Tornadus T that can actually, Tornadus I that can actually do with both Mega Venusaur and Empoleon. So with the defog and the spikes and everything, I basically force him to go in and out with those. Not gonna play accordingly. There is a special based sub 3 attacks with Teeny, Blue Flare, Thunder, and Psychic, I believe, or Psyshock. Which is actually really dumb because I ran some calcs during the battle and I realized that Thunder does like 30-something% of the Def and Poryons. I'm like, yeah, I should probably just drop Gambit. Yeah, it would definitely done a lot better, especially against Vaporeon, and yeah, especially against Empoleon and Vaporeon. Vaporeon, that really caught me off guard. But lastly, Tornadus I. Bulk up Tornadus with Taunt, Super Power, and Acrobatics. I really should have ran Restless Chef though. I really should have. Would have definitely helped me out a lot. Definitely wouldn't have swept anything because he has, of course, Tornadus T, but it would have put in a lot more work than he did in this battle. Definitely, but whatever. Jolt the other way, he brought things that I definitely knew he would most likely bring aside from the Entei. I didn't really think he would bring Entei. I would bring either like Gyarados, Halucha, or Volcarona. But everything else I kind of knew he was going to bring, so. It honestly didn't matter what he brought, so long as he brought Tornadus T, he won. Because I didn't bring any priority, I didn't bring Weavile, I brought nothing to do with it, so. It's basically just a matter of how much the score's going to be. So without further ado, let's press play and continue. Right off the bat, he's going to lead off with Glasgow. I'll lead off with Garchomp. Looking back, I should have led off with Tornadus T. Because I don't have U-turn, but I do have Taunt, so it would have worked as an excellent anti-lead. And it would have put me in a really good position right here. Because then I could have taunted the Glasgow, prevented him from doing any shenanigans like Toxic or Roost or Protect or anything. And then I could have proceeded to set up at least a few bulk ups until he caught on to what I was doing, which is possibly only just one bulk up, and gone from there because I am itemless, so my acrobatics will always be at full power. If I had been Restless Chester though, oh my god, that would have been so much better. But I thought Taunt was a little bit more useful for me. So whatever, he's gonna go into. I'm gonna go ahead and switch time to my Glasgow. I knew the Toxic was coming. I could have set up a sub, but of course I'm at -2 special attack, and it's not gonna kill the Glasgow from where it's at. So whatever. He reveals a taunt to me, which is nice to know. He has taunt, so I can't set up spikes or anything. But I am gonna stay with my Ferrothorn, even though I can't do anything, because I know he's gonna most likely go for Toxic, predict him to switch out, because I have nothing better else to do. So I actually, like I said, stay in and go for the gyro ball, and I get a crit, which is very nice. 40%. Actually, not low, but whatever. I get a crit. That's all that matters. So, whatever. Now here, I'm just gonna go ahead and switch out. I wanted to go into Feral into Tentacruel, but I didn't want to risk him going for Earthquakes. I'm gonna go to Tornadoes, and he toxics me, and that's basically the final nail in the coffin. Aside from Tornadoes, my Tornadoes side getting toxic. I have no healable. I have no way of getting this Tornadoes to recover his HP, so it's as good as dead. And that fucking blows. So I'm gonna go to Tornadoes. I'm gonna go for the taunt, just to shut him down. But of course he's gonna go ahead and switch out because but Tornadoes is toxic. I basically wall his blast score. So I'm gonna go ahead and taunt the incoming Vaporeon, which is nice. I prevented from wish passing unnecessarily, or even going for Yawn, which he reveals later. So I'm gonna go to Tentacruel, because if there's one thing that I would prefer to get burned, it is definitely Tentacruel. Because I mean, I don't want the Feral Thorn burned. But whatever, he's gonna go into his Empoleon, as I believe set up a layer of toxic spikes just that could force either the defog or the fucking Venusaur to come in. So with that in mind, I'm just gonna go ahead and go into my Tornadus, and it's actually at this point that I realized that I don't have Define on my Tornadus, and this Tornadus set is stupid as fuck, and I fucking hate myself. Because it was Prankster the whole damn time. It's gonna set up his rocks, so good thing. That's another reason why I went into Tornadus. I want to go into Tornadus either on the potential defog or in before rocks. So it's that. Now here, what I should have done is gone for the bulk up, because the super power was extremely obvious. So I should have just gone for the bulk up and then maybe even taunted. I think that would have been the better play. But then again, I didn't know what the hell that Empoleon was. He so far reveals Stealth Rocks. I know he most likely has Defog, obviously, and Scald. I don't know if he has Ice Beam or anything, so it is more than likely Spadef, so that's the thing. I'm gonna go into my Landers Theory and I see those Scientist Blaster. He's gonna fire off an Earthquake, I believe, or double out. Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and double out. He's roof, yeah, because I talked to it. So he's gonna double out and just make a Venusaur, which is that's stupid. Fucking stupid. And actually, the reason why I even switched out from my Tornadus is because of the Toxic. If I move this, was because of the Toxic, which is really fucking annoying. If I hadn't gotten Toxic, I would have definitely stayed in and said bulk over right there, and my Tornadus would have put in some serious work. Or if I had been Restless Chesco, that's gonna be something that's gonna be constantly reminding, pulsing around in my head. I'm gonna get so fucking angry. And I would have been in a much better position here, because the reason why I even set up Toxic Spikes is so I could catch the Venusaur on the switch with my own switch into Tornadus, which didn't happen. So that fucking sucks. That really blows. Go for Psychic. I just want to gauge how much it does. It does 30%. Not bad for an uninvested Landers Styrian. Especially considering that it's not stab. So I will take that amount. I set the rocks. I could have just kept going for Psychics here, and maybe gotten a Spadef drop or something. As a Landers Styrian actually is fodder for me. It's actually not useful, because sure, I can use it as a way to keep Entei in check, but it's not like he's gonna appreciate taking those Sacred Fires or Flip Blitz from potentially abandoned Entei, so it's whatever. I know for a fact this Venusaur has hidden power fire, but I also know that Ferrothorn can take it relatively well even without Spadef investment. If I had been Spadef Ferrothorn, I would definitely take that a little bit better, and I would have been, in a much better situation. I would have possibly even managed to get up a second layer of spikes, which of course would have been really useful. But of course I'm physically offensive. I'm gonna go for Protect here. And see, go for Sludge Bomb, predicting my Victini to come in, but I'm not gonna do that. And I actually predicted him to go for Sludge Bomb again to try to catch my Victini, because Victini puts in some work against his team with his inside. But it's too risky. I don't want to lose Ferrothorn just yet, just in case he thinking ahead of me and going for the Hidden Power Fire. So what I decided to do is just go into my Tentacle. it's a middle ground play. I mean, I'm neutral to the energy ball. I never resist this other move, and with Tentacruel inside, I can at least manage to get a spin off, which I'm pressured to do now because my Victini doesn't appreciate those. I don't want Tornadus Idol to die fast, quicker than I need it to. And that's the thing. So yeah, and that's gonna be a problem though, because every time Tentacruel comes in, opponent gets a free switch, because I can't do anything to it. I mean, I can hope for some Scald Burns, which is what I decided to do here. No, not here. It's later. And I'm gonna go ahead and do my Garchomp. I don't care if he goes for Scald. I don't care if he has Ice Beam. I want Garchomp in. I will feel a lot better having Garchomp in here than Tentacruel against Napoleon, for obvious reasons. He goes for Stealth Rocks, which is nice. That means he cannot stay in a defog, so my hazards will be able to stay around for a bit longer, as he's going to go ahead and pull switches and things of that nature. He's going to go into Glasgow, I believe, as I go for the substitute, because I am, like I said, Subtoxic Garchomp. And it's actually at this point where I'm thinking this is actually really fucking stupid set. If I had been a bulky, like, sub-SD Garchomp, it could have put in some serious amount of work here. But whatever. And he stays in, and he actually ran that wrong calc, because the standard mixed Garchomp is running what, a non-nature? Is a boosting attack nature, and I'm running mild. With a boost, boosting special attack nature. So that difference in power comes and bites him in the ass, and I kill this Glasswave, which is great. I mean, it doesn't really matter to him because Glasswave didn't really do much aside from just being an overall annoying bitch. But it's good for me because then I can prevent Glasswave from doing any bullshit to me. So kill the Glasswave, and that's great. That's fantastic. He's gonna go to this Mega Venusaur because I'm assuming it's to be physically offensive. Otherwise, he has no business bringing it in. And I'm just gonna go for Earthquake. And the Venusaur is gonna proceed to piss me off because of this. So I'm gonna speed this part up because this is really just Venusaur being a fucking cunt. And just keep going for Leech Seed, eating up my Earthquakes. I got a crit there, which is very, very nice. If I got a second crit there, that would have been even better. But yeah, that's gonna be a recurring thing in this battle. I'm gonna get a lot of high roll and crits on this Pokemon, and while they certainly did help, they didn't help enough. So he's gonna go ahead and go for the Synthesis yet again. I'm gonna go to Tentacruel. What I should have done is pull double out into my Garchomp here, but I still think it's a little too risky, especially because I want these rocks out of the way. He's gonna go ahead and defog here. So I fire off his Scald because I want to burn his Empoleon. I want to get some residual damage on this thing. Would have been really great. Second Scald, no burn though. He's gonna get his rocks up again. I'm gonna go ahead and spin it. He reveals to me that he has Empoleon, fucking Earthquake, and then I'm really, at this point in real life, I'm actually really fucking mad. Like, why the fuck does a fucking penguin get Earthquake? Fucking sack of shit. Like, I was actually really mad. Yeah, I was really upset. To the point that my mom had to get out of her room and tell me to shut the fuck up because I was actually livid. But whatever. I'm gonna go into Ferrothorn and proceed to set up some spikes. At this point, I don't give a single fuck. I really don't. I'm gonna go for Protect, get some more lefties. Gonna go for Hidden Power Fire. And I believe I switch out. Yeah, I got to switch out. I'm going to my Landers Theory, and again, expect that's a middle ground play. Also as fodder, because Landers Theory is actually really useless to me. And so whatever, I'm gonna do that. Gonna go ahead and set up the rocks. Now here, I go for U-turn instead of Psychic. Reason being, I'm gonna use that Landers as fodder. It's useless to me. Sure, it's bulky, but not bulky enough to take hits from Entei, which is one reason I don't like Landers Therian at all. Other than the fact that it's ugly as sin, but whatever. I'm gonna use that thing as fodder. Maybe going for Psychic would have been the better play as Victini, because I believe I go on into Victini here. So going for Psychic would have possibly been the better play, because that would have been what, 30% off the Venusaur, and then Victini would have easily taken it out with whatever. For the most part, I'm assuming. I'm not sure. Should probably talk that. But whatever. Gonna go for Psyshock. And it does 51% because this is definitely a physical offensive Venusaur, and I guess I am a modest Victini, and it's a super effective Psyshock. So fuck, man. Psyshock. I always use Psyshock on Victini because I like the ability to go mix with just one single stat, but it's so fucking useless. It really is. It hurts me more than it helps me. So I should probably consider running running Psychic from now on. But whatever, he's gonna go for Sludge Bomb and gets the poison, and that's really annoying. Really annoying because now I can't switch out, and it's frustrating because it's really frustrating. Just gonna go with Entei. I just go for the Thunder because I know he will most likely switch out to Empoleon, seeing as I'm a special Victini, and special Empoleon can shits on Victini. He actually goes for Entei. If I had known that, I would just gone for Psyshock again, and it would have done fucking damage to the Entei, coupled with the Stealth Rocks and the Spikes. But whatever, go for Thunder, and I fucking miss because Victini always misses the fucking Thunder when I predict the switch. Every single time, never fucking fails me. So what, I'm gonna leave my Victini in. If he goes for Extreme Speed, so be it. He actually outspeeds me with the Entei because I'm not running a lot of speed. I'm running more bulk than anything else. Yeah, fucking kills me. So, but I'm gonna go into my Garchomp. And he outspeeds me with the Entei as well, so I'm guessing he didn't have Flare Blitz. Had more physically or jolly or something. Either that or I just don't know my speed tiers at all. I don't like Entei enough to look at his base stats. But that's in comes Tornadus Theory, and that's my Garchomp is inside. I'm gonna go ahead and switch out into my Landorus Theory, and that's Slaughter. Want to see what's up with this Tornadus. And he goes for the Icy Wind, and at this point I'm like, okay, this is the specs. This thing specs. There's no reason why he would have Icy Wind unless he specs. And it turns out I was correct, because otherwise at that point he basically just won by clicking Hurricane. But no, he switched out, so that confirms to me that he is in fact Icy Wind. There's no reason for him to, do otherwise. So whatever that's the case, I'm gonna go ahead and spin, get rid of these rocks in my field. What I should have done is gone for Scald, because I mean he's gonna defog anyways. But whatever. This way I get my free switch out into my Tornadus. He's gonna set up his rocks yet again, because he's still fearing the Defiant Tornadus, which sadly is not coming at all. I believe I just go for the bulk up here. Like fuck it, I'm bulking up. There's really nothing I can do at this point to win. Well, there was nothing I could have done at the end of the battle to win, because the Tornadus Therian just fucked me up. So like, he could have just let off with it and won. I'm not even fucking joking. But whatever. Here what I should have done is taunted and then gone for the acrobatics, because that way Tornadus would have fucked up something. Like, he fucked up the Vaporeon, but of course he's just going to protect. So going for taunt was definitely the better play for me. But this way I can now use Tornadus as fodder, which is really good. Really good. So yeah, that's gonna be the thing. He's gonna go ahead and protect like I thought he would, and then this turn is, I believe, when I pull a double out into my Garchomp, expecting the Empoleon to come in. Is it really? Is it this turn or not? I don't know. This is a long battle. But like I said, it's one of my better played ones. So yeah, whatever. I lost my train of thought. Whatever. I go for spin. So this is not the turn where I go on double out into my Garchomp. Now I go into my Garchomp, into my Ferrothorn actually, because I knew we would most likely defog, and this way I can set up my hazards again and do things. But I think I pull a double here, because I don't want his Venusaur to get any health. Yeah, that's what I do. I go into Garchomp because I don't want his Venusaur synthesis stuff. So I go into my Garchomp, but he actually stayed and set up his rocks again, which I mean, it's good, but at this point in the game, doesn't really make much of a difference that I lose to Tornadus, see whether rocks are up on the field or not. So I'm gonna set up my substitute because I didn't know what the hell he was going to do, and so yeah, gonna go ahead and fire a Toxic on the Empoleon, on the Vaporeon. Fuck. Vaporeon, Vaporeon, why the hell they ended the same 3 letters? Whatever, I'm gonna go ahead and talk to Kid if he goes for Wish, and this way I could basically force him to kill Bill or something, but at this point I know he was just useless. I should have just gone for the Earthquake, and it would have been a much better situation. But it turns out that the Toxic is actually gonna help me out a lot here. So I go for the Draco Meteor, get a crit, and he goes for Yawn. And yeah, that Yawn was actually a misplay. He even admits it. It was a bad play to make. He had no reason not to click Scald. Absolutely zero reason not click Scald. And he basically lost his Vaporeon there. I mean, he would have lost it anyways, because of the crit and Toxic. But he could have taken down my Garchomp in the process. So now I can use my Garchomp for later, because he will, will definitely survive one more switch to Rocks, and Garchomp maybe get one more kill. Who knows? Who knows? Whatever. I'm gonna go to my Tornadus Ice Water here, because I don't know what the hell this Tornadus is going to do. Tornadus against Tornadus, not even bad. So yeah, he's gonna go ahead and fire for Hurricane. I have nothing to take a Hurricane except for Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn cannot take a fucking Specs Hurricane because it's not to death. So whatever. I'm just gonna bank on the chance that he might miss, and I actually pull a double, expecting him to switch out. I think, yeah, I knew he was gonna most likely switch out. He didn't want to risk the Hurricane missing and possibly dying to a Gyro Ball. I'm not really sure if that could happen. I have to run some calcs because I am running a Relax Nature 0 speed IVs, so that Gyro Ball would definitely done fuck their damage. So like I've already accepted the fact that I lost. It just depends on how much. Whatever. I'm just gonna make a play. He could just as easily stay in and click Hurricane and win, because I know Gyro will more than likely not kill and Hurricane will. So whatever. I'm like, whatever. I'm just gonna make a play. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, I lost anyways. So it doesn't really fucking matter. So what I do is go to Ferrothorn and then double out into Empoleon. Fucking Garchomp. I double out into Garchomp as he pulls a double out into Empoleon. Reason why I went to Garchomp. He was more than likely either gonna switch out into Empoleon or fuck the fucking green turd. That thing, whatever. So whatever, I do that play. So Garchomp is in, Empoleon is in. I decided to click Earthquake. There's no reason for me to over predict, none at all. Because he doesn't want to get more than there's a potential of Tornadus he dying to a Draco Meteor, so he does not want to risk it that at all. So that's gonna be the thing. I'm gonna leave my Garchomp in though, because I obviously can't survive another rock switching as he goes for Heat Wave. And since I knew for a fact this thing was Specs, I'm gonna enter my Tentacruel, and I know Tentacruel can take one Heat Wave. And what I decided to do is go for Scald, obviously, for obvious reasons. To try to get a burn, because that would definitely help me out, and I do get the burn on the Venusaur. That's fucking great. Ugh, that's so fucking good. But it might have been a little bit too late for that, because I ran a calc. Scald maximum damage is like 9.8%, and this Venusaur's at 10%, and I can't fucking no, I do not. God damn it. I'm sad now. I'm really sad. Because now this Venusaur can just synthesis all the way back up to full HP, and there is nothing I can do about it. If I had run an Acid Spray Tentacruel, I would have been golden. But I decided to run Toxic Spikes because Tornadus. So whatever. I didn't do so bad for not having put too much consideration into the team building process as much as I should have. So I'm still proud of this outfit. I'm proud of the way I played. I made plays that I would have never made otherwise. So that's the thing. I go for Hidden Power Fire. It doesn't kill me because I know Ferrothorn's bulky as shit even without investment. And Hidden Power Fire is of course a nerf Hidden Power. So it's gonna go ahead and kill me with the knockoff. I should have protected. I really should have. But I really thought the extra lefties would have helped me survive. So whatever. That's gonna be the end of the match. Good game, Jolt. And that concludes week 2 of my week 3 hell. Next week we're facing off against what's his face? Fog and the Colorado Avalanche, which is actually the one team that I didn't play against last season. So I'm actually really looking forward to this matchup. It kind of sucks it has to be in this 3-week hell, but it's whatever. Again, I feel like I have a good matchup against this team, but I mean I had a good matchup against Jolt and I still ended up losing. So it's whatever. At this point, I'm too far gone to care. I've just lost so many times in a row. I just cried myself to sleep now. Whatever. Hope you guys enjoy this. This is actually an excellent match. Be sure to check out Jolt. His link will be in the channel description below. As far as content goes, his content is on fucking point. So you guys would definitely not be disappointed. But that'll be it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.